Greetings all of you out there in Radio Land today. It is fall time and Natalia has some very special show for you today. On this edition, I've made this installment that we're going to always be doing because you know what, the duct tape segment was such a hit. I had many calls coming into the studio, and so I thought, whatever, give the people what they want. So of course today we have a new segment. Now, it is fall. Everything is out dying in the yard, right? You're planting bulbs, you're doing all these things. What else should you be thinking about? I'll tell you what you should be thinking about. You should be thinking about going out and getting some wild game. That's right, hunting. We live in Canada, what am I telling you? This is the pastime, and you know what? To be a real good true Canadian, you really should know how to catch something. I mean, really. You could even catch a grouse. I really believe that God made them for us people that maybe don't like to shoot guns, or maybe you're out and you don't have your gun, you're in your woods and you're starving, right? You can walk right up to them and just whack them on the head with a stick or rock and take them and cook them up, eat them, whatever, okay? But we are not talking about that today. We are going to be talking about moose hunting. And you might say to yourself, Natalia, what do you know about moose hunting? Well, I tell you what I know about moose hunting. I tell you this. There are two ways to get the moose. There is one very expensive way. That is, get one of your big friends with their big fancy cars, the big expensive fancy cars, like a Lexus or a Passat or a BMW or something like that. Take them up north where, that the deer and the elk and the moose and all these things that are just like thick in the woods, take them up there and, just let them drive down the highway just ahead of you. You have the gun, you've got the truck, because of course you're not going to be strapping the big moose to the Passat and taking it home like that. No. You just use it as a decoy, alright? So you let it go down the highway like 100 yards ahead of you. You've got the truck, the gun, all the gear. But tell him not to go so fast, alright? Because sure as shooting, the moose is going to jump out and hit it, alright? And we don't want that to happen. That's a very expensive way to do it, and sometimes not always the best results. But today, Natalia is going to show you something very special, alright? Now, you might say to yourself, Natalia, what do you know about moose hunting? Well, I tell you, Natalia is very inquisitive about everything and likes to keep up on just about every aspect of human life. So, one day as I was listening to Kresge, the Wonder Moose Hunter, he was telling me his little story about, one time, he had made this moose call and, his friends, they had sprayed all that crap that they do on themselves and they had, their expensive moose calling devices that they probably paid like $25 a crack for down at the local shop. Well, Kresge was just like, he waited for them. He knew that they would fail in their quest for the moose, which they did. And so, he had his trusty little moose calling device, which I'm going to show you right now how to make it, alright? So, for those of you that are very tactile learners and you need to be doing this, go get your coffee can right now. Okay? I am using a Maxwell House. It makes no difference, really, alright? So, this is it right here. Now, what we're going to do first is you need a little nail, you need a little hammer, your can, and of course, very important, your string. Now, hockey lace, of course, is the obvious choice because everyone in Canada has hockey skates in their closet somewhere. Now, what we are doing first is we are going to just tap a little hole like this. Alright. Now, we have got this hole and we are making it go round and round. We are going to make it a little bit bigger. Right, alright. It looks good to me. Now, once you get this thing made, I don't want any of you people out there scaring your little children with it. Alright? Because, I have seen that happen a few times too. The grandkids come over and we know who we are talking about out there in Radio Land, don't we? Anyways, now, so here we go. We are going to just feed this through the top, okay? Now, if you happen to find yourself out in the bush somewhere and there is no water, A, shame on you, because you should not be going out there without water anyways, alright? So get some out of your trusty canteen or whatever you brought. Spit on it if you have to, or, you know, there are other body functions that might assist you, but really, I mean, just stick with the water, okay? Don't be gross. So, here we go. Now, you see what is going on here? We've got this sticking out, and we've got all of the string hanging here. Now, listen to this. Oh my gosh, it broke. Oh, it's just a cheap piece of crap, isn't it? Oh, well, wait a minute. I might have to stand up to do this. Alright, are you getting that sound? See, all that I'm doing is I'm just pulling it out like this. Watch. Can you believe that's such a simple thing? Don't panic, it's not a moose. Somebody in the other room was saying, but you sound very panicked. Right? You just do that a couple of times. Now, that's it. Alright? That's all for the installment for today. I must go because, you know what? Things are getting busy in the studio. So, talk to you later and send in your replies about how this is going. I will be delighted to hear. Ciao!